Welcome to Veteran to Veteran. I'm Conrad Kazkowski, and with me is Dwayne Wick. We're both members of the American Legion and also members of the Ladwig Zinc Graph American Legion Post 243 here in Plymouth. The show is really designed for a lot of for veterans of looking for answers to some of the questions and benefits, and also explore outside of benefits that we always talk about, but maybe organizations. And this time we're going to be talking to explore an association that is within the American Legion. And as you can see, you're going to primarily hear from Dwayne. American Legion Riders are commonly called the Legion Riders, and Dwayne Wick. So now we're going to ask and start with some common questions, Dwayne. Who, what are the Legion Riders?
Okay, sure. And thank you, Conrad. Well, the original American Legion Riders were first formed in Garden City, Michigan, post 396 in November of 1993, was by Bill, nicknamed Polka Kalidas, and Chuck Tramp Dare. Now, those are nicknames that the riders typically associate themselves with. And it consisted of members of it does consist of members of the Legion family, both the Post, the Auxiliary, and the SEL, who have one thing in common, and that is that ride motorcycles. Since that time, the American Legion Riders has grown to be the largest veterans motorcycle organization in the nation. We share the common interest of motorcycling, and some figures state that worldwide we are at 110,000 members. The ALRA, of which we are, the American Legion Riders Association, is not a club. It's an association. So it's a group of American Legion family members who ride for a cause and have adopted as a program the Americanism pillar of the Legion. Whether it's working together on veterans issues, participating in local parades as a motorcycle color guard, raising funds for veterans charities, or just cruising together on a beautiful fall day through seeing all the colors. The American Legion Riders program has provided enjoyment for members who share a common interest in motorcycling. Today, the ALRA of Wisconsin consists of between 600 and 700 members, covering 12 districts across the state. I'm in the 2nd district, and that is 6 counties, which includes Sheboygan, Ozaukee, Washington, Dodge, Jefferson, and Columbia County.
Okay, Dwayne, there has to be some kind of requirements to be a member of the American Legion Riders.
Yes, there is. And those requirements are to be a current member of the American Legion, either of the family, which is the Legion, the Auxiliary, or the Sons of the American Legion, a registered owner of a motorcycle of at least 500 cc's, and hold a current motorcycle endorsement.
Okay, you briefly talked about the Legion Riders in Wisconsin. When did that form?
Okay, Wisconsin's chapter formed and were chartered in August of 2000. And in its infancy, the group consisted of only a half a dozen members. Today, the ALRA is many members and in the 12 districts, and our state meetings are held quarterly. District meetings are a little bit more often than that. And if you are a veteran that may or may not be a member of the American Legion and loves the freedom of the road on 2 wheels or sometimes 3, consider joining our fastest growing family of the American Legion.
Now, every organization and association has a mission, and what's the mission statement for the Legion Riders?
Okay. All right. Our mission is to participate in parades and other ceremonies that are keeping in the aims and the purposes of the American Legion, to promote motorcycle safety, to provide a social atmosphere for American Legion members who share the same interest, to associate our association to promote and support the programs of the American Legion, the community, and other motorcycle organizations.
Okay, so I know, and we've spoken about this area before, the Legion Riders are a big supporter of Camp American Legion.
They are, and actually in 2001, this was our first year that we conducted events together as a group, and some of our accomplishments consisted of providing motorcycle color guard and service flag display for 3 parades, which were the 4th of July parade in Oshkosh, the Labor Day parade in Menasha, and the Salute to Our Troops parade in Oshkosh on Sunday, October 7th, 2001. It was also a memorial tribute to the honor of the rescuers of those injured and those that lost their lives, and all those affected in the tragic events of September 11th of 2001. And little did we know that this parade would actually kick off a war. And as far as Camp American Legion, yes, we raise a lot of money for Camp American Legion. And it's a quiet getaway in the northern area of Wisconsin, and it's for Wisconsin veterans who will need some recuperation time to aid in their recovery from an operation, an illness. It could be just a bad time in their life, or any other type of affliction. And the ALRA of Wisconsin has made this an annual benefit ride to help support this cause. Every year, the American Legion Riders of Wisconsin participates in a Freedom Rally ride for armed forces, and this ride takes place in Milwaukee, starting at the Harley-Davidson plant on Capitol Drive, and there's hundreds of motorcycles that participate in this ceremonial event, commemorating those that protect this great country. And we've raised money for many other veterans-related organizations, such as Battle Buddies, Dogs to Dog Tags that rescue dogs and train them to help veterans, Milwaukee Homeless Veterans Initiative, Camp Hometown Heroes, Support the Troops, and there's more that I just haven't mentioned here. So that's some of those that we have supported over the years.
Well, I know the American Legion does a lot for our veterans, and here's an association of the American Legion that not only provides wind therapy for the rider, but does a lot of great things for our veterans.
Right, and you mentioned wind therapy, and someone that has ridden a motorcycle knows what that's about. And if you want to get at least a short experience of that, take a ride with someone and find out what that feels like to be on a 2-wheel or a 3-wheeled bike, and that calmness of riding. And also, you can recognize our Legion riders by our vest, and of which I am wearing today. We have a larger patch that's on the back, and that identifies any of the motorcycle organizations, who they are. And I'm always amazed when I wear this vest. It's people come up to me and ask me, who you are, what do you represent, and it's a good introduction to explain what the American Legion is about and the Legion Riders. So I let them know, what we're about, and that we are always on a mission to help veterans.
Well, thank you, Dwayne, and I also thank you for watching. And until the next time, could you please stay safe and stay healthy.